Helping this morning, calls are ringing in from both sides of the aisle for the Justice Department to release the special counsel Russian collusion report. Democrats, in fact, are threatening subpoenas if the report is not released in full. The 22-month-long investigation finished yesterday, and the report is in the hands of Attorney General William Barr. 6 Democratic House committee chairmen sent a letter to Barr last night saying if Mueller has any reason to think President Trump has engaged in criminal or other serious misconduct, the Justice Department should not conceal it. Federal judges may end up making the final decision. It's still unclear what Mueller has found related to our president. Barr did say the conclusions could be released over the weekend. But after months of anticipation, the finished report made it to the AG's office at the very end of the work week. As News 8's Mark Meredith reports, many lawmakers were far away from Capitol Hill.
Washington was awash in rumors all day Friday that special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation was complete and that the report was about to be delivered to the Justice Department. President Trump speculated on the timing of the report's release before leaving for a weekend trip to Florida.
We're going to see what happens. It's going to be very interesting, but we'll see what happens.
Then, with suspense building minutes before 5 o'clock, confirmation. The report detailing the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election is now in the hands of Attorney General William Barr. Barr wasted no time alerting Congress, sending this letter to leaders of the House and Senate Judiciary Committees. In it, Barr wrote, quote, "The special counsel has submitted to me today a confidential report explaining the prosecution or declination decisions he has reached." The letter did not detail the report's findings. Lawmakers have demanded the report be made public. Barr says he may have information for lawmakers before Monday, writing, quote, "I may be in a position to advise you of the special counsel's principal conclusions as soon as this weekend." House Democrats have suggested they could subpoena Mueller to testify about his findings. However, hearings on the report have not yet been scheduled. In Washington, I'm Mark Meredith.
Now, here in Indiana, some lawmakers have already responded to the completion of that report. News 8 Julia Dang is live at the State House with those details. Julia, good morning.
Yeah, Brenna, there is very little information from the actual report to react to at this point, but that hasn't stopped Indiana lawmakers from issuing statements. And the people we've heard from are addressing not so much the content of the Mueller report, but the transparency of the process, the amount of information they feel like the American public deserves to know. In a statement issued last night, just hours after the report had been delivered to Attorney General William Barr, Republican Mike Braun called for openness. The U.S. Senator from Indiana wrote, Attorney General Barr said that he will provide as much transparency as he can that is consistent with the law, which I support, because Americans deserve as much openness as possible regarding this important report. On the other side of the aisle, Democrat Andre Carson, the U.S. rep for Indiana's 7th congressional district, said in his statement, I will not be satisfied until the report and its underlying documentation have been delivered to Congress in its full, uncensored form. He added the report was never meant to be a political attack, and whether its findings are significant or not, he says every American has an interest in its findings. We don't know exactly how much of it could ultimately be made public, but as we do get more information, more Indiana lawmakers undoubtedly are going to speak out about not only the content of that report, but the process as well. And anything new that we do hear from them, we'll have right here on Daybreak. Back to you, Brenna.
Julia, thank you. And coming up at 8:30, we'll hear from our own political analysts on